The auto tariffs promised by US President Donald Trump are set to become a reality next week. His order includes a 25% tariff on all cars not built in the US. And while some details are still being ironed out by the American administration, we spoke to a local expert about what we could expect. First, any imported car into the US, sedans, SUVs, crossovers, minivans, or cargo vans, and light trucks will get the 25% tariff.
If you have a car, let's say a Chrysler Pacifica that costs $40,000 at a dealership in Ohio, with a 25% tariff, that car will now cost $50,000.
Another part of the equation is a little more complicated. Tariffs would also apply to key car parts like engines, transmissions, powertrain parts, and electrical components. But there's already a base US tariff rate for automotive imports at 2.5%. So this 25% tariff is on top of that, a total of 27.5%. That's why Trump's executive order says that importers under the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or CUSMA, will be given the opportunity to certify the US content, meaning they will have to identify non-US parts, so the 25% tariff will only apply to the non-US content and not the whole car.
The tariff would be applied on the remainder, so perhaps the tariff would only be applied on $22,000 worth of the car. So you'd have a 25% tariff on $22,000, which would be $5,500. So now the $40,000 car becomes $45,500 rather than $50,000.
And lastly, the tariffs would apply to parts made outside of CUSMA, meaning parts coming from countries other than Canada, US, and Mexico.
That on a car like a Stellantis Pacifica, Chrysler Pacifica, relatively little of the car is built outside of North America. And so maybe the tariff would only apply on $1,000 worth of parts, which would add $250 to the cost to the consumer in the US.
The Trump administration says they will expand tariffs on additional parts, including those under CUSMA necessary, which may start up to a month later, but not later than May 3rd. But again, that can change. And there are many details we still don't know about, and that's a cause of much worry. Especially since it's difficult to understand which part is Canadian or American, and again, it differs with every car.
The industry will shut down within a week. The industry cannot bear these costs, and it can't pass it along to a consumer either.
For now, the 25% tariff on finished vehicles kick in next week. Pratyush, Dayal, CBC News, Windsor.